Oh, hey, listen, try this. I told my weed guy to step it up, and he gave me that.
What is it?
It's called Mind Rape. It's actually pretty mellow.
Welcome to Something Crunchy, the Valley's #1 comedy entertainment podcast. Biscuit is homies with Blake. Blake is the older brother of Blair, and Blair is married to Biscuit. Here are your hosts, Colin Blake with Blair and Tyler Dressel.
All right. Welcome to Something Crunchy. I'm Colin Blake. With me, as always, Blair and Tyler Dressel. Thank you for joining us by way of 97.3 The Rattler or wherever you get your podcast. Tonight, we celebrate the highest of holidays. It's our annual 420 episode.
Yeah!
We are going to get cheeched, play some games. We got a fun one.
All right.
Normally, by the end of these, I can't see straight. I want to start with a nice and easy game. We've done something similar with embarrassing celebrity sex stories, but here we're going to give you a quick celebrity first time getting high story, and you guess who it happened to.
Okay.
All right.
This first celeb said, "I only smoked weed once in my life, and I got chased by a moose." He explained that he was in Utah when a good-looking girl offered him a blunt, and he didn't want to say he'd never smoked before, so he gave it a toot. He freaked out immediately, needed to leave. The girl and like 4 others were following him, and while walking, they came across what he called a baby horse. He said, "I'm a gentleman. I'm going to go get that horse, put this lady on that horse so she doesn't have to walk anymore." He approached it. His friends yelled after him. He looked up and saw a huge moose taking off right after him. The baby horse was a baby moose, and this was its mother.
What?
He started running through the forest as this moose is chasing him, losing his friends in the process. He got lost, then fell asleep, curled up under a tree, and his friends had to call the police to go find him. He said they picked me up like a baby and brought me out of the woods, all after one hit. Who did this happen to?
One hit?
Nick Offerman.
I'm going to give you some options.
Oh.
Anthony Mackie, Chris Evans, or Donald Glover.
Wow.
You can
Anthony
see it.
Mackie or Chris Evans is who I'm going between right now.
Childish Gambino can hold his stuff pretty well.
All right, so
It's Chris Evans.
you're leaning towards Evans. You're saying
Or Anthony
Chris
Mackie, but
Evans.
it's Chris
you're
Evans.
both saying Chris Evans.
Yeah.
You're both wrong. It's Anthony Mackie.
Oh, I
Oh,
knew
no.
it. I should have gone with it. Fudge muffin.
Yeah.
Good catch, Blair.
Sorry.
That's the old radio catch.
Very Christmas story of
That's
you right
because you're
there.
joining us on 97.3 The Rattler or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you, Blair.
Yes.
All right. So you missed that one up pretty good, but you get where we're going with this.
Yep.
This celebrity was out with his friends when he was offered a weed-laced lollipop, which he wasn't used to. He enjoyed the night and felt fine, but the next morning he woke up and everything was in slow motion, and he realized it was just now hitting him. Delayed fuse. He panicked because he had to go present at the Young Hollywood Awards that day.
Oh, no.
He heard voices in the shower, but was starting to feel better once he cleaned up and got on his way. Then, out of nowhere, he gets a narb. No apparent reason boner. He had to stand in front of a bunch of cameras with his hands in front of his crotch to hide his weed boner. He also tried an unscripted joke about being shorter than Ansel Elgort on stage, but he butchered it, said short instead of shorter or something. Did this happen to Timothy Chalamet, Nick Jonas, or Andrew Garfield?
I'm still shocked you can get a weed boner.
It's a narb, Blair.
Oh.
it's a no apparent
It's a no apparent reason
boner. Secondary to the weed.
Yeah.
Excuse
It's
me.
just a side
It's
effect.
Andrew Garfield.
You're going with the Garfield.
I can just see it happening to him.
Yeah.
I see his face. I see him covering himself like it's like it happened.
Yeah. He's such a square. That's him.
You're agreeing.
Yes.
Onward, you can't agree because you're both wrong.
Oh,
man.
No.
Nick Jonas.
Really?
The Jonas?
He had that narb and the weed-laced lollipop.
He's got no tolerance either. Come on.
One lolly?
One
lolly. Yeah, it could have been a strong lolly. You never know.
You just never know what's in those either. Onward, no agreeing.
We don't usually agree. This is very
Yeah, that sounded like the right answer.
different.
And
I wasn't
if you get it
doing it.
wrong, double sips.
Can we hit
Double?
something yet or what?
No, because we had too much of that later.
Okay.
You're going to be glad you waited. You need some air in your lungs for this. After experiencing hip pain due to a new workout routine, this celebrity went to a doctor to make sure everything was cool. The doctor recommended an MRI, which didn't sit well because this celeb is claustrophobic as hell. To calm his nerves, he went to the old senior section at his local Spence and bought a bunch of edibles. He ate 4 of them before his appointment and ended up getting completely ripped for this MRI. He attempted to stop the procedure several times to ask about food delivery to the hospital and kept asking them for gumbo and Nutella French toast. The doctors were freaking out and kept asking how he was feeling, and he just said, fabulous. He leaves the hospital in his gown with his ass hanging out and takes off straight to Taco Bell where he slams a nacho fry box. Did this happen too? John Lovitz, Martin Short, or Billy Crystal?
Wow.
Wow.
This is epic.
4 edibles.
I'm going to say Martin Short.
That doesn't sound like a Billy Crystal thing for me. I feel like he wouldn't take edibles.
I mean, it's
like
very
that.
Lovitz, but I don't think...
It feels a little Lovitz to me.
But I think he knows like how to handle his stuff. So I'm going to go Martin Short.
He's the only one that would take 4 immediately like that, I feel, out of the
Short
group.
just, he seems like he's clueless. And he doesn't know that 4 is too
He's
many.
the most clued in. Okay.
I would lock in an answer before the other does
Short.
because
Love it.
Short.
Short and Lovitz. Even though you didn't agree, you're still both wrong. It was Billy Crystal.
What?
You are falling
Billy
into
Crystal.
these traps so nicely. You fell right into that Garfield trap. I just knew that was going to trap someone.
That's such a Garfield thing. Like I can vision it now.
I didn't think
Everyone
it'd trap you
can.
both, but I knew it was good for trapping one of you.
Damn.
But wow. Okay. Yeah, that was a Billy Crystal. Nice.
Billy Crystal? I think 1 would suffice for an MRI situation.
He took 4 and was like, I need some gumbo. Can you stop, please? Nutella French toast.
That's hilarious.
Fabulous. It's hard to
Oh
do
my
that
God,
with
that's
the
such a
Crystal.
Billy
Like, come
Crystal
on,
thing.
Blair.
But it could be Martin Short as well.
It could have.
Man,
Ew.
plate.
Oh.
This celebrity appeared in a movie with Snoop a couple years ago and filmed a scene where they smoked weed together. He was very particular about making sure the joints were fake, but after filming the 8-minute scene, Snoop informed him he was smoking real weed the whole time. This was the first take of the night. The actor claims he didn't say another word of English after. Snoop claims he rapped for 13 hours straight after. Did this happen too? Ben Affleck, Matthew McConaughey, or Matt Damon?
I'm going to say it's either Matt Damon or Matthew McConaughey.
You're going with the Mats.
Battle of the
I'm go-
Mats?
Yeah. Matchup of the Mats.
Well, I happen to know the answer
What?
to this question.
Am I wrong?
You happen
Or
to
am I
know
the
one?
one of the Mats? Can you get
I know
me
the
that?
answer to the question.
You have the answer prepared.
I have.
You'd like to
knowledge
solve the puzzle?
of this situation? I do. It's called being snooped, and it's Matthew McConaughey.
That's correct.
Wow. So I did it. I was partial.
You were half right.
You can double sieves. And good job on the slimming it down to the 2 Mats.
You've got 2 out of the 3.
You eliminated the Ben, the situation. Just glad we got one here.
We got one.
We got one.
Yeah,
And that you didn't even
You
guess
got
that.
one.
You knew it.
I knew it. I didn't guess.
He knew it.
My guess was still good. Just run
It was a good
just
guess.
running that on
Keep guessing.
on the line.
Put that on wax.
Yeah.
My guess was
Give
good.
yourself a half a chub there.
I'm like,
Half a personal.
This celeb was having trouble sleeping and found someone at her grocery store to sell her some herbal to try. She said she had only a tiny bit, but the results were immense. I was not thinking normal human thoughts. I was totally hallucinating, she said. I started to hear opera for like 5 hours. I heard this guy singing opera in my head. I was going crazy. She had to go get treated for help and asked to have the opera removed from her brain. Did this happen too? Rachel McAdams, Natalie Portman, or Scarlett Johansson?
it's Natalie Portman. After Black Swan, she was like forever changed hearing the opera in her head.
Look
all
at the
time.
confidence.
Wow.
Look at the confidence.
And then she went like even deeper, was like
We go.
into the Black Swan. I need help. It's like a thing now.
No, it's Rachel. She's very fair skinned. She can't handle her weed.
He's picking it up. He's getting hot. It is Rachel
That's
McAdams.
2, Blair.
I really like the confidence and the showing the work.
I thought
you really
I
Sip it and
had
suck it.
this one.
double sieves.
Whatever. Swore I had that one.
Nope.
Last one. We'll make it for 2 so that like maybe you could tie it.
Well, I appreciate that.
Save some face.
I appreciate that.
Because so far, you've embarrassed yourself.
Have I?
Yeah.
I thought I was doing a really great job with like.
Do you think
the
I'm going to let you sleep inside with my
explanations.
children? No.
This celeb was getting ready to leave Ellen DeGeneres' 60th birthday party, but when her ride wasn't ready to go yet, she decided to smoke a joint with some rappers who were there. She says she quickly entered another universe and ended up having an intense confrontation with another partygoer just outside of a portable toilet. When the other woman allowed her to cut in line, she insisted that she go first, but did so a little aggressively. All of a sudden, security is on me because what I hadn't realized was that I am grabbing this woman by the shoulders, shaking her and screaming, "You have to poop. I know you have to poop." And a security guard comes over laughing when he hears this whole exchange. He's like, "You can't grab her," but I agree. She looks like she's got to poop. So then her and the security guard are just rolling on the floor laughing. This woman is just standing there like, what the hell? Did this happen to Lizzo, Jennifer Lawrence, or Juliette Lewis?
Okay, it's either Lizzo or J-Law. And I feel like it's Lizzo because I could totally see her just calling people like, "I know you got to poop," but Jennifer Lawrence would do the exact same thing.
She would too.
Especially if you're like just super baked. You're going to go and
No
like,
filter.
invade people's personal space and just not even think about it.
Hope you've noticed how quiet I've been.
I was
over
just
here.
about to say,
You know.
look how quiet you've been.
He always lets me like go hard, show whatever ridiculous work I have to show. And then he's like,
And
"Oh,
then
by the way, the correct answer is."
Slip through the back door with the correct answer. It's Juliette Lewis.
You're thinking Juliette Lewis.
Yes.
What are you saying?
If he's right, I'm done.
You will be.
I'm just going to sit back and smoke.
This
the
is
rest
the
of
last
time.
one.
Really?
I'm winning.
Blake, is he right?
At least make a guess.
Can't make a guess of
Lizzo.
two people.
You're both wrong. It was Jennifer Lawrence.
Ah.
Oh.
2 right answers out of 7. They both went to the biscuit. Blair, you've embarrassed yourself so far this 420.
Jeez.
Happy 420. We're all a little embarrassed.
What's new?
You got to play the rest of the hole
This
from the
is like-
ladies' tees.
This is the 4th annual Blair. What the hell were you thinking?
These games are just set up for Tyler.
That wasn't just set up for biscuit. It
What?
was a guessing game. Anyone could have figured it out.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
there any
just
porn in
saying.
there?
The
In
season
general.
has been tough because he just rocks these games.
You're mad at the season, player? Don't be
Don't-
mad at the season.
don't be
I
mad-
love
yeah.
this
The
season.
Don't be mad at the season.
Seasons be a changing.
I just need to win one.
Well, every 420, we like to do up a little hippie history. Stoner 101, theory and appreciation. Tonight, we got a wild story about a legendary figure who sparked the entire psychedelic movement, Mr. Ken Kesey. Fall of 1958. Ken is enrolled at Stanford as a graduate student. He's a writer and really starts getting into the San Francisco beatnik scene. The seeds have been planted for this whole counterculture revolution, tensions rising in Vietnam. It's the dawn of the 60s, and everyone is over that 50s wholesome vibe. Ken is making a bunch of friends on campus, kind of becomes the ringleader, and starts introducing everyone to weed, maybe a little cough syrup. He gets married, but he is still a broke-ass graduate student, and his buddy Vic tells him about these drug experiments being carried out at this hospital in Palo Alto. He's like, "Yeah, we'll give you $20 to take some drugs and let the doctors observe you." So he goes, and he becomes a guinea pig for researchers looking for new applications of LSD. They give him a dose, leave him in this empty room, come back in an hour and ask a bunch of questions. He'd spend hours just sitting there alone on LSD, but he became enamored by it and thought he could use it to reach a whole new level of consciousness. These trials got really weird, and they are not what they seem. At the time, the government was experimenting with LSD. The army wanted to see if it could be used to create super soldiers who wouldn't be scared of anything, and the CIA was looking for the classic truth drug, something that could be used in interrogations. This item 9 is the bee's knees. Feel like a slice of butter melting on a big pile of flat pies.
Torch me. This went out.
It was basically that, and Ken found himself in a CIA-run mind control program called MK Ultra. There were hundreds of experiments, even one called Project Midnight Climax, which had government-run brothels observing the effects of LSD on sex. Can you imagine that? Like, not only are you just put in a room to have sex with a stranger, on LSD, but people are watching you.
I'll be your Doug.
But here's $20.
How much are we getting?
Watch me go.
Follow us at Side of Beef, and you can see that.
Somebody hold my foot. I need to get an angle here. I need somebody to. You hold this? Hold this for me.
So Ken has been doing this a while now, sore from all the LSD sex, and was starting to feel like it was kind of limiting just being stuck in the lab, so he'd fake it as if nothing was happening after being given some doses on certain days. He's telling his friends about these crazy-ass stories in the lab on acid, and he wants them to try it. Ken passes an empty office in the lab one day. The keys are hanging on the wall next to the door, and he goes in the desk where he pulls out a full vial of pure LSD, 500 doses. He then walks out of that building and introduces acid to the universe. They live in this off-campus bohemian community called Perry Lane, and he starts sharing doses with his friends and these other students. They are throwing wild parties, expanding their minds, and exploring the universe. These turn into acid orgies, and people are running naked through San Francisco. These are the first humans ever to take LSD outside of a lab being observed. He's getting more vials from the hospital, and it's finding its way all over the Bay Area. For a long time, the public was only consuming what came from Ken. It didn't last forever. People started figuring out the ingredients, and these makeshift labs started producing it all over. At this time, in the early 60s, it was still unregulated and therefore legal. So they were even selling it in LSD stores, the original head shops. This was the birth of the psychedelic movement. Ken becomes this hippie hero in the Bay Area, but he's still trying to make ends meet by working odd jobs and finds part-time work in a psychiatric ward. They had already stopped all the MK Ultra experiments, but this was the same hospital where they conducted them, ironically. He works the midnight shift and sees patients given electroshock therapy in a place they call the shock shop. Ken starts really feeling empathy for these guys. He becomes the guy they talk to in the ward. He takes drugs while at work, and they like him. He even starts taking some patients home with him at night. I mean, he really saw them as human, not insane. He's working long hours at the ward, and Ken's new thing is peyote. He's still into all mood-altering drugs, but he starts really getting into taking peyote at work. He's bored as hell at work one day, just high as he could be on peyote, sits down at a typewriter, and starts writing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He spent 9 months or so working at the hospital and would write while at work. The book is published in 1962, huge success. Ken gets all this notoriety. He uses it to take he and his friends, dubbed the Merry Band of Pranksters, on a cross-country LSD tour in a psychedelic-colored school bus. Like, all of that stuff that started with the psychedelic bus, like, that was either Beatles in England, Ken in the States. Like, that's where everyone...
I wanted to be on that bus.
Everyone.
Like in past life, I was like on that bus.
I feel like I used to be that bus.
Life was really good when he wasn't getting busted on pot charges, and after a string of arrests, he decides to fake his own suicide, leaves a letter in a truck on a cliff, and then meets the Merry Band of Pranksters in Mexico. He gets caught eventually, serves 5 months, and moves to his parents' farm in Oregon. After a few years of doing just nothing, he gets approached to help write the screenplay to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Kirk Douglas, who bought the rights and turned the story into a play in the 60s, gave the movie rights to his son, Michael Douglas, who produces it. They bring Ken on, but the script gets too weird, way too psychedelic, and it's told from the perspective of the chief. He didn't like Jack Nicholson for the part, and there was lots of conflict. They don't use his script, so Ken sues for breach of contract, wins, and in 1975 the film is released. It sweeps all 5 major categories at the Oscars. They go up there all night to accept the awards, and not a single person thanks or acknowledges Ken Kesey on stage.
What?
So tonight, we light one for Ken and recognize an important figure in hippie history.
To Ken.
Here's to you, Ken.
You could have made a movie just out of the MK Ultra broke graduate student gets the LSD and then starts the acid revolution in the bohemian community.
Those parties.
That's a movie or a series. That's crazy. And then it's like, oh yeah, he goes back and works at that hospital later in life at a different job and writes One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Crazy story.
Yeah.
Would y'all do drug experiments for $20?
Not for $20.
No.
Depends on what it is.
Add a
If you were
couple
in
zeros to
college-
the end. I'd do it for $2,000.
Gave like plasma for $20. I'd like do a little. It just depends.
No.
There's like makeup or Bojo, different things I have not tried just because it's like I don't know. So, but drugs.
What's your number?
now it's so different. Where like before, I can't imagine there weren't things like psychedelics.
They probably
so
don't even.
new.
They don't tell you what they're giving you, so you don't know that it's
Unless
going to be
it's like
fun.
a limitless type of situation. It's like, well, tell me
They
like a
still
few
don't
of the
tell you.
effects.
They obviously don't know
What's gonna
what it
happen.
does,
Yeah.
or else you wouldn't be there being the guinea pigs.
Right.
Like, here,
That's why you're
try
here.
this, snort this,
so
and
what-
let's see what happens.
You can
to
ask the questions, but that's why we have this videotape on you to.
Could be fun. Could be horrible.
Bend over and inhale this. We'll come back in an hour.
In your south mouth.
We need a show that features this community first receiving
The
and
acid.
spreading and like the first experiences of it. We
He's coming back from the
absolutely-
lab with 500
Yes,
doses
why
of
is
pure
that not
LSD,
done? Running around naked, that's how awesome it was. Clearly,
running
it was a
around
great
naked.
experience.
Acid orgies. There's just not enough acid orgies these days,
Oh.
Yeah,
I
you know,
never
the
get those
Philippines-
invites.
and it's sad.
It's always like Tucker's 4th birthday party. It's never like Acid Orgy 2023.
It's always
Well,
just
that's
like
a crunchy event we need to hold annually.
they didn't care about loofah labels and what color loofah you were.
No.
Everybody was a rainbow. If you're at the party, you're a rainbow loop.
You're
Yeah.
there. This guy was married, and he was like part of the Project Midnight Climax. That's the craziest. I mean, you think that's not weird until you think about like people watching you that you don't know having sex, and then try having sex on acid.
yeah,
You're
separately,
so
that's still
tripping balls, and
yeah.
you're outside,
Yeah.
like you're thinking about how weird and primates that just hump each other, and you like get so inside your mind. I don't even know how
your
you can get
senses are
erect.
at 10, and
Yeah.
I would need more drugs to like figure out what to do with this floppy noodle. What do you want me to do with this? I'm here trying to expand my consciousness, and you want me to bone? You brought me in this government-run brothel. You don't even know my type. What is this? Who's she? What's this?
we're not gonna
I have
get there with
standards,
this.
people.
Yeah, drugs is like a different situation. It's like not a guaranteed boner, right? I mean, unless
It's
like,
not
an
all
herb.
for sex. No. Some of it's
Well, that's
for...
maybe what the drug is like, well, does it help or does it not?
Certain
You know?
drugs are great for sex.
Ecstasy is like was for like marriage counseling and like to specifically have sex.
Yeah.
But acid
Never done
is
it.
more for the mind.
Sounds fun. Want to try.
Did have an accidental acid trip in Austin, Texas once, but
Whoops.
It's like combining shrooms and ecstasy.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more like shrooms, but cleaner and a little more intense.
Ooh.
Only way to-
I haven't really seen visuals with shrooms before, but during the acid experience, it was like a little.
Really?
But shrooms, I've had some questionable shrooms in my days.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if I've ever
Hawaii,
had like
Yeah.
good
Oh.
rooms because they all make me sick.
But it's also like gonna happen.
It's supposed
part of
to.
the-
It's
part
poison.
of the process.
Yeah. It's the cost of being awesome.
But that's really what sets off your whole adventure. Like you could, what is it, midnight? What-
Project Midnight Climax.
Okay, first off, love the title.
That's awesome. That should be the
Yeah.
name of the freaking
Kudos
show.
Of the movie,
that
yeah.
is
That's the name of the
show.
movie.
Okay. Who's gonna
Project
play?
Midnight Climax. Let me show you a picture of Ken.
Okay. And then we can like figure so not knowing what Ken looks like, who do we initially visualize?
Terrence McKenna. I see a beard. I see hair. I see it all being the same length
Very
with glasses.
lots of hair, natural.
This is him young. Very,
Not what I was expecting.
no.
Wow.
This is him young, but that's not classic Ken. This is before probably all the
Okay.
MK Ultra. This is him like
Before all the
a,
MK Ultra.
a proud student in
We get some
Stanford.
Ed Harris.
Yeah, I got
please.
some Ed Harris
Woody
vibes.
Harrelson could be fun.
This is
Yeah.
like on the bus with the merry band. This is after he's seen some things
Yeah,
and
now
some
he's
stuff.
starting to turn into Hunter S.
Those
Thompson.
eyes.
Very,
Some things.
he's
He needs
getting
some
more-
yellow glasses and like a green visor.
And that
He's
little grin
Hunter.
on his mouth. It's like a look after you've done.
And
wild
then we
drugs.
morph.
There
into
we go.
And then
There's my
here's-
guy.
that. Here's your guy.
Now he's Gene Hackman.
That's not the same person.
That's the same. Yeah, it is much more Gene Hackman. Look at
Yeah.
the chops.
Very
Look at those
Hackman.
chops.
Wow.
Look how Gene he looks in this. It's John C. Reilly with Gene Hackman.
That's Gene Hackman. Oh my God.
No.
He's turning very Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Getting very Gene.
Okay, well, we found our person. then.
Yeah.
Imagine at those times, you're the guy that brings a joint to a party. You bring like a bag of goof.
Oh, you're always.
That's amazing. You are like the guy.
Yes.
But you come in and you bring a vial of acid. You're just like, this came out of a lab. You're the only people in the world that has even seen this.
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone dropped their clothes immediately. I mean, it would have quite the reaction.
Get naked.
Pants off, mouth open. Take this shot.
Who's joining?
You want to join this party? It's pants off, mouth open. Those are the rules.
If the worlds collided, that would be the name of their podcast. You're just all naked on acid.
That's right. Pants off, mouth open podcast.
Pants off.
That's great, bro. Let's start that tomorrow.
That's good.
We got an extra 30 minutes a week.
All drug talk and acid, all things acid.
No, we have to do
put it on Sniff Talk. Drug Talk.
Sniff talk.
Sniff talk.
Yes.
And we do it all while on acid.
Okay. We're really onto something here.
It's tough.
Observational purposes.
Only. Educational.
Oh, until we have our midnight.
Project Midnight Climax.
Yeah.
Project Midnight Climax. I'm like obsessed with whoever came up with that title.
Available in the Sky Mall catalog.
We tooted one to Ken, but let's do another to whichever government agent thought of, you know what? Project Midnight Climax.
Thought all night about this one. What do you think?
Here's to you, sir.
Because you got to have the project, obviously. But midnight, that's going to spice up any good project, but you add the climax, and that's what really
sends it off in a really nice way.
That's the cherry on top.
That's what just seals in all the juices.
Yeah.
Well, I am eager to continue with more 420 fun, but first, let's take a break.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening to Something Crunchy, and we hope you're enjoying the episode. It now pays to crunch down every week because we're hooking you up with big discounts from big brands. Up to 35% off Invicta watches using code CRUNCHY and apparel from 8080, where in addition to 10% off using code CRUNCHY, every dollar you spend goes towards an entry in their dream car giveaway. Don't forget to join the Something Crunchy Facebook group for updates, polls, and the web's crunchiest memes. You can find us on Twitter at crunch_cast, and feel free to send any questions and track submissions to somethingcrunchy@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, and you're listening to Something Crunchy.
And we're back. Oh, good. I'm totally baking. Are there any good new 420 movies for this year? I know Broken Lizard has a new one coming out. Quasi, I think it's called.
I have heard of that.
Quasi?
Quasi?
Yeah.
Quasi? Isn't it like Quasimodo? Quasi?
Well,
Steve Lemmy plays a hunchback and it's set in medieval times.
Feels a little Quasimodo.
Feels a little...
Or Quasimodo, according to Tyler.
Tomato, potato.
They're working on a Super Troopers 3 as well.
Really?
Heard it's been confirmed.
I would love that.
It's called Super Troopers 3 Winter Soldiers.
Winter Soldier.
They are just borrowing that from the Avengers.
Oh, okay. We're
Winter
just gonna
Soldier. Wasn't that Avengers that was Winter Soldier?
That sounds right.
People don't have the attention span for stoner movies anymore. Now it's all about the vids. Reels and rabbit holes. It's been a while. Let's talk about our holes.
Yes. Can we please?
Biscuit, been exploring any good holes lately?
Have I? Recently, I've been getting into, obviously, cooking videos to start. That turns into, like, recreating their best stuff from different restaurants. And I get into that for a little bit. And then it turns into, like, funny people doing low-budget cooking and trying to make their own cooking shows with absolutely no budget. Yeah.
And fails. And
and if those people...
Bad cooking shows?
Really bad cooking shows. And if they can make...
It's a deep hole, bro.
If they can make it, then I know that I can too. So it's,
It's inspiring. It's like watching the bad stand-up. I enjoy watching bad stand-up because I think it's inspiring.
Exactly.
True.
I like that.
How's your hole?
I'm always in the stand-up holes, the sneaker holes, film history crap. Like I heard an interesting factoid about Jim Carrey the other day. When he was negotiating for Dumb and Dumber, the studio offered him $350,000 for playing Lloyd Christmas, and Jim Carrey asked for $400,000. Studio said no, but Ace Ventura came out that week and opened up with way better results than expected. They said, we'll pay the $400K. Then JC was like, it feels more like $5 now.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura starts killing it, and that negotiation kept going back and forth until they settled on $7 million.
Wow.
Which made up for 44% of the entire movie's budget.
Wow.
Love that.
That's a sweet hole, bro.
I'm always
That is
into
a
those
great
holes.
hole.
For my baked out 420 holes. I watched this dude race some billiard balls on a treadmill for like a shamefully long time.
I've seen that.
What?
You've seen that?
I bet a couple of bucks on those races.
You can bet, right?
Yes, you
there
can.
has to be a reason. How do you make bets on that? How is that done?
Through the
How do you-
website.
Explain that to me. There's a website that's connected.
Oh, yeah.
You're racing billiard
BetOnMyBalls.com.
They throw him on a treadmill, and then he
Okay.
drops, like Dixie cups. And
Yeah,
things, so that he
it's
tries
like-
to knock them off. The
He just
track.
drops solo cups, and he kind of announces it like a race, and he has
Yeah.
names for each ball, and it's like it's funny.
Oh my gosh, where have I been?
I don't know, but it's just shameful to spend anything longer than 90 seconds on. And I watched like a full race. I mean, he was working this thing for like a good 6 minutes.
Yeah,
He was milking it. He knew how to.
he does. He knows how to do it.
He knows how to do it. And it's just this shameful little setup with a treadmill and a TV behind it with but he's got his thing going, and I respect the hustle. I've been getting into some beard vids lately.
like grooming? or
Barbers lining up
cutting?
beards and got lost in that hole.
That's a good one.
And we shared the same account on one of our things, and I've been seeing a lot of
Yeah.
chiropractic adjustments, some pimple
Yeah.
popping in my feed lately.
Yeah,
That's Blair.
mhm.
So I've been spending a little time getting medical, and that is a deep hole.
It is. That's where I go.
I'm always
Very
in the
much.
mood for like a good adjustment, but like you really got to be in the mood for some of that pimple popping stuff. That's
See,
just,
I've taken pimple.
Ugh.
I'm so far past that now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
doesn't-
kind of onto like ingrown toenails.
Ooh.
Oh, I
I
hate
need,
that.
like-
That's the
Those are good.
worst. No, that's
No.
so painful to watch.
Yes.
Blair.
It's so much better.
What a
'cause they have
painful
to,
hole.
Like, cut right down the middle and like shove it all the way in and like loosen
Hey.
that puppy up.
Something is wrong with your hole.
Yeah.
You need to get your
Pull
hole
out.
checked
Such
out.
a great hole to
It's
go
infected.
down.
It sounds infected.
That sounds inflamed.
Could be infected.
It's a very inflamed hole, but
We couldn't tell you by looking at it.
Yeah, you need to get your hole checked out.
Well, while Blair's over there toddling around in the kiddie pool, I am looking at like earwax removal videos.
I've seen some of those. I'm into
way
that.
more tame than
I'm always wondering how
toenails?
that can
What?
get out of control, because I'm one that like does it about every day. I clean my ears like
With a
about-
Q-tip?
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
watched
bro.
way worse things.
You
come
have
out of
only
ears
fucked
than
up your
earwax.
eardrums. And when I'm really feeling frisky, I'll go to like some third world teeth cleaning videos where some folks have some gingivitis and
You really got to get out there to find the good stuff.
yeah.
You love a good transformation video too.
You don't want that American teeth, even American drug teeth isn't going to cut it.
No,
You need something.
I need someone who's never seen a toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, none of that. I need some teeth made of wood and some like
Yeah.
cement, rubber cement holding it together.
Yes.
And I want to blast that rubber cement off. High pressured water.
I also like How High Are You videos where it's just kind of like optical illusions. There's different OCD friendly videos.
Oh yeah.
Art in different ways.
There's this one guy, and I fall for it every time. And he'll be showing like some kind of illusion. It's marbles that go in a straight line, but he keeps adding marbles going in different lines, and it starts looking like they're not moving in straight lines.
Yes.
And he goes on, he gets you super into it, he explains what's happening, and then he says, it's probably because you're not thinking about the marbles, you're thinking about a 12-inch cock. And it's after like 45 seconds of following these marbles.
That's so great.
It's
Oh
great
my
content, and it's a
gosh.
quality hole.
So crunchy. What a crunchy hole that is.
I was so deep into that hole with those dudes that would just build things in the ground in the jungle, and still get a lot of those.
I remember you talking about that. You've
Yeah.
been deep in that for a while.
I'm not still super into that hole. It's a
Did-
shallow hole for me.
Did you hear
They've blown
that
up, and
yeah.
they're like mainstream now.
And you hear that there's like a crew of people working behind the scenes that they don't show.
they do it in
Yeah, yeah.
stop time.
Of course they do. It's always in sped up motion, and then they cut. It's not single shot.
But you're saying I fell into
You fell into their trap,
he fell
into
in a
their
trap.
handmade
I
booby
fell
trap,
into that hole.
Yes.
made out of bamboo shoots and
I got.
banana leaves. You fell right into it.
Also, underwater treasures.
Underwater treasures.
Yeah, like you've seen people with those magnetic.
So you're gonna
beacons.
call me out for falling in that delicious hole where the crew comes and sets that up. But you're telling me that she can just watch these treasure hunts and like they're not planted, they haven't found
You don't want to
that.
take a metal detector down
They're
to the
put
bottom
they
of the
put those
ocean?
treasures down there
No,
for them to find
listen,
5 minutes
No.
later.
No, hear her out, because this is different. The
I've
ones
seen
that
these.
she watches.
I've seen these.
No, this is your everyday Joe Schmo doing
Yeah,
this.
this
This
is-
isn't Discovery Channel.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Really? Even
Yes.
those people are faking the funk?
Yes, they were faking the
No.
funk.
Joey Bag of Donuts goes down to the river
Yeah.
where the people go, like all the college kids float the river on their tubes.
Mhm.
And as
Yeah.
soon as they launch, he goes under the water with his scuba gear on, and he tries to find their cell phones, their watches, their wallets,
Their whippet cartridges.
their whippets,
You know.
their pipes, their bongs, their blunts.
People still do whippets?
I don't know, do they?
Yes, they do.
People still whip it?
Really?
You can get them delivered to your house for half the price now, bro.
Wow. You can get them delivered?
I have like permanent damage, I think.
Oh,
from
yeah.
whippets.
So awful.
You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't do
no.
math over 200 now because of whippets.
Too
Kid
many.
can't even read.
Making fun of a little boy 'cause he can't read.
I'm into a few conspiracy theories.
Always
My
a
TikTok
good
has picked
hole.
up on that.
Always
and
a
is
good
feeding
hole.
all of them to me, and I'm just here for it all. And I'm like, what?
Which one are you
And
on
now
right now?
currently I'm heavy into like the Giants situation.
Big people
Oh,
giants or like
I've
With
seen
the door that
so-
opens and closes really fast, and the evidence that
on
they
the top of the
existed.
mountain.
There's monster books, there's plates and all sorts of different things, boots.
Giant footprints people are standing in. It's crazy. I've
Yes,
seen some
there's
of that.
a lot of
Mm.
different things that lead to that, and I
Mm.
just feel strongly, maybe because we're a tall family, but I feel very strongly that there's giants. And I even heard far-fetched, I know people are gonna have some feelings about this, but they think dinosaurs didn't really exist. All the fossils that we found and all these stories, it really was giants that they're trying to cover up. The bones and all these things are actually pieces to big giant people and other situations that aren't actually like Jurassic dinosaurs.
Whoa.
Hard to recreate some of those
Yeah.
skulls.
Those
The
museums
teeth.
would look a little different with
Yeah,
giants.
they sure would. They put it back together. Like,
You can make
how do you take a giant skeleton and turn it into a T-Rex?
I could 3D print a T-Rex.
But they've been
skeleton
around
this
for a
house.
while. And what's the motivation to hide a giant species
Yeah.
that existed? I don't
There's a
understand.
reason.
Yeah, who
Are
cares?
they still here? They're living in the center of the earth, or
It's easier
They
for us
live
to believe
somewhere.
that there's giant lizards instead of giant people that used to be here.
They've shown trees where the tree stump is so big it goes off. I mean, it goes for cornfields of a
Saw
one
that.
monster tree trunk.
Yeah.
TikTok is doing
So,
a great job.
giant tree
with
trunk?
These.
giants existed.
Yeah.
Exhibit.
I am
D.
sold. Okay.
Giants need shade too. Where are they going to get it from?
How do you think that tree turned into a stump? Obviously, giants. I heard a weird conspiracy like this week. Someone was saying that they found pictures of what could be one of those island boys with Epstein's arms wrapped around him. And now they think Island Boys has a completely different
Whoa.
connotation.
Wow.
And
That's how I thought it was from the beginning.
Really?
it's
Yeah.
weird. When you listen to kind of the lyrics and matched up with like some of these pictures they found, it's kind of weird. It's just a weird
Whoa.
conspiracy.
Isn't it weird when all of
nothing
it
confirmed.
comes together too much?
But it's just strange.
It's a very underdeveloped boy looking.
Very underdeveloped hole that needs some work. It's a shallow hole.
Yeah, you need to go deeper in that.
There's
place.
not a lot of protein to this conspiracy theory, but we're just going to put a pin in it and come back.
I heard that Britney Spears that we're seeing on her social media is all AI. It's like an AI Britney.
Yeah.
I've heard that too, and they
That's
keep
not
using
her.
her teeth as
in
an
her
example.
hands because
Yeah, in her
AI
hands.
can't form hands correctly. So when she does these turns and flips, which honestly, anyone just seeing that Instagram page, it's like if you saw me, my Instagram page all of a sudden turned into that where
Unstable.
I was doing these dances. You tell
Unstable.
me
What's wrong with
you're
you?
not going to sit down and have an intervention for
Don't
me.
you have kids? I mean,
Like-
it's the face in every video.
Doesn't
and it's
even look
just-
like her
it's
anymore.
Strange.
No,
It's all
she's
green
like,
screen. Where is she? No one knows. It's AI Britney. Where is she?
It's weird.
it looks like she blacks out her eyes. Like it's strange.
She has like 3-day-old makeup on after
Yeah.
like the craziest hangover and just leaves it. You
That
know?
is what
It's
it
like
looks
I look
like.
like
And
that
then
when I wake up
goes
in the
on.
morning too
No.
after a drunk night, but like quick wipe.
Just a quick wipe.
She's with the Giants somewhere. We all know.
Free Britney's Instagram. All right, sweet holes. I want to try something new. This is our 4th annual 420 Sode, and the Crunchtastic R&D department needed to get creative. They really wanted to see what they could get us to do with a full dab sitting in our chest.
Oh my God.
They wanted us to have a full dab Sabbath sitting in our chest, and they landed on having us do some impressions. We have these celebs and scenarios on the old wheelski here. And we'll take a couple turns and see how long we last. Because, I mean, it's gonna hurt. Some of these are, damn. Yeah, I hope Blair gets like some of the girl ones.
Dab impressions?
Dab impressions.
They're all just going to be mixed?
It's all going to be mixed.
Okay.
These are all like
okay.
random ones.
I feel like we can handle these.
Can handle these.
It's a nice looking wheel.
See some King of the Hill on here. A couple of those.
Hope I get Jennifer Coolidge.
I hope I get Keanu Reeves.
I'm good.
I'm already getting Boom Howard right now. So.
You are on your way to Boom Howard. I'm proud of you. You haven't
Finished
completely
that
Boom Howard.
White Claw, Blair.
I know.
You will become Boomhauer. Less of an impression, more of an overtaking.
All right, so this should be fun.
Let's
See
see
how far you can go without coughing.
Embody this shit.
Who wants to go first?
Me.
Tyler.
Biscuit's going first.
I needed this. I've been needing this.
Oh, he's ready to. All right,
You
you're just gonna go
fire
ahead.
that puppy up real fast.
You go ahead and get your. Okay. Do you want me to go ahead and spin the wheel for you? See what he gets.
Who are you doing?
Who is this?
You got to
Randy
keep it
Savage?
in.
No, Keanu. You get Keanu.
Keep it in.
Keanu Reeves giving directions.
Oh, I would not go that way. Be getting further away from your destination.
Early Keanu, nicely done.
Early Keanu.
Nicely done.
That was very Bill and Ted of you.
Wow,
Holy
very
shit.
Bill and Ted Keanu. Nice.
Oh,
That was very good.
All right.
yeah, I'm thinking you should go that way. Later, Keanu.
Get another one ablaze. I'll go next.
All right. Blake's impression is.
What do we have here? Hank Hill teaching sex ed. I could do that. Okay.
You have
Easy
this.
enough.
You can totally do this.
This is right in my wheelhouse.
Hang on.
All right. Let's hear it, Hank.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm not teaching you all this gobbledygook. Turn over to page.
How did you do that with the riff in your chest? Oh my god. Wow, I
Lot of
can't follow
mercy.
that. No way.
Oh, God. That was painful. Damn.
Blake.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, like you understand
Damn.
the assignment.
Why couldn't that have been more throat friendly? Someone like Bush isn't relevant.
Oh.
I'm here to teach you about sexification. I'm going to give you an erection of the mind.
Oh my god, so good.
Oh,
Blair, hope you're ready to dance.
Gosh. Who am I doing? Blake.
we'll see who you get.
All right, I'm doing.
Christopher walking around an art gallery.
I have to do Christopher Walken in an art gallery.
There's a couple of women on there. No one's got the ladies yet.
Okay. You know, that piece. It's so big.
That was tough.
That's tough.
That was terrible. This is the hardest.
This is the hardest
This is
game
hard.
ever.
Game.
Yeah. All right. We're switching to pens. Pen Gillettes from the rest.
Please.
Tyler, you're up.
Oh, God. I'm still in recovery.
Boomhauer, a career day.
Oh, boy.
Come on, Boomhauer. Let's hear it.
Let me tell you about what I do here. They don't got some time to go boom, boom. I call the woo, woo, don't mean, man.
That was a good boom.
Quality boom.
What does Boomhauer do for a living? You know? Turns out he's a Texas Ranger.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
He was a Texas Ranger.
He has, I feel like, a
They
badge.
They talk about it in the series finale for about a half a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always thought he
Good
was
catch.
good catch.
Ah,
Good catch.
good guy.
That walk-in's going to be coming back to
Yeah.
me. I'm going to play it later.
Oh.
As I walk through the gallery, I see this big paint thread. Big.
Good
Oh, that sounds so Travolta.
It did get a
It's so
little-
Travolta.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Slayer, that was
It
great.
did. It did have a little Travolta
That was great.
quality to it.
You never know what to
Hilarious.
expect when it comes out.
That one really knocked me on my ass. I am struggling to function. It's the same every year. I don't know why.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
expect anything
In-
else.
What do you act surprised?
And you were in the first half. Are we smoking something yet? Did we get
Oh
the?
my gosh.
I got the bong. I think we should smoke it.
I'm recovered.
Our
I'm ready to
eyes
go.
are just
Okay,
goners.
we'll try a couple more of these. I'll give this a whack or two.
Okay, yes. You're the impressionist
Yeah.
of the group.
Take off. I don't have it in me.
What?
What? We're all here just
Just nailed
Entertaining
Hank Hill,
you.
and I got to do a walk-in?
yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge. No, you do that one next.
Oh,
I'll do another. I can't
okay.
do a Coolidge.
All right, let me get Coolidge. Who are you
There's
doing?
so many on here I can do, but that's not a
I
That's
have
one-
one that it
You
better
can do
be.
it.
Here we
please.
go. Michael Caine.
Yes.
All
All right.
right.
Say it better be Michael.
Michael Caine at the
The Giggle Room.
the Ganja Giggle Garden.
The Giggle Garden.
Okay. Michael Caine. I came in for that kush. Now that has changed. I need a giggly double. You should knock my bloody nose off.
That was it.
What? I was just at that Giggle Garden right
Yeah.
now with Michael Caine.
Tough. All right, Blair. You
I
don't.
gotta go after that.
Yes, and no
Okay.
spin because you've.
You already know.
Yeah,
What
you're
is she
doing Coolidge,
What's her scenario?
and she's golfing. Jennifer
Jennifer
Coolidge on a
is
golf course.
golfing.
Oh.
Okay, let me just. Oh, look at the shaft of that club. It's just so long. Just got to get this ball all the way far to the hole. Look how far. Dimples on that ball.
That was good, Blair.
Oh my gosh.
Very good. Quality. It's a little easier with the pins over the dabs.
It's still so hard.
It's still
Are you
hard.
kidding?
That
Yeah,
that dab
no,
is
it's-
sitting.
See in this
It's
room.
still sitting in my
A dab
chest.
is like 12 pen rips.
Oh, damn.
Y'all.
There's 2 left on here. Who wants to do them?
I'm looking at you like, who's doing it?
Well, the 2 left are Alexis from Schitt's Creek returning a vibrator, and
Ooh.
and
Blair. Blair gets that one.
Tyler could do an election.
and Macho Man Randy Savage ordering a coffee.
Well, that one's you, buddy. I'll help you. But Blair, you're doing Alexis.
Look how baked Blake is. We just revealed the final 2, and he's like, "Are we spinning?"
Do you
That's
do you
such
want
a
to
me move.
you
you
Like,
want to
spin?
spin or should I spin?
typically, I'd just
We-
be sitting here with
okay.
the wheel for no reason.
We're
but,
ready,
like,
dude.
All
Let's
right.
go.
There's only 2 left. Randy.
Randy. Fred Savage's older brother.
Get the rip. I got a decaf cappuccino for Randy. Ooh, that's Macho Man's cappuccino, but I'll wait because I like it when the cream rises to the top.
Oh, Blake.
That was good.
Oh.
That was good. Did you blow one out?
I think I blew a tire on that.
Ooh, when I woke up, this morning, and I knew I needed a cup, of Joe.
Oh, that hurts my chest and my face. It's so hot.
It's turning out to be a better idea now that it's coming to fruition.
I wish we didn't have to take the rips and could have just
Yeah,
taken a
it hurt.
few and enjoyed ourselves and then
The
just
420 is
tried to
so
tackle
Blake.
some impressions. They almost had it right. We're going to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
The impressions are,
That Crunchtastic R&D
They're-
department,
they're hit and miss.
they owe us an Uber ride home.
I'll bring the clear eyes.
I bring the clear eyes.
I'll bring the clear eyes. All right, one left. Let's hear some Alexis from Schitt's Creek returning a vibrator in a sex shop.
Ew, David, you're coming with me? Returning a vibrator. I have to discuss some things I just really don't want to with you here. I have to talk about how I don't like how it fits. To ask questions. David, ew, why are you here?
Well done.
Yeah.
Nice, Blair. I'd like to hear
So
some Blair
hard.
do Randy, but
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't have done near as good of an Alexis, so that worked out well.
Do it, Blair. You can do it, Blair. Let's hear your Randy Macho Man.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We got you for 3 minutes.
3 minutes of pain.
Good stuff.
That was
Sailor. Good man.
We're gonna get so walking heavy all
Yeah.
night. I hate how walking we're gonna be all night.
Well, let's move on to our track of the week. Got a fitting one for the occasion. This is Canvas by Sons of Cali.
I feel in the morning, I feel in the night, I feel in the sunshine and the moonlight. We traveled far away to play here today. I'm feeling alright. I've got me a canvas, I've got me a brush. I need to paint something, no need to rush. Like the wind in my hair, the sunshine everywhere. I'm feeling alright. So nod your head if you're feeling what we said, and raise your glass if you got some class. Move with the groove like the summer and the spring. The suns have a song to sing. 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 The suns have a song to sing.
All right. Good stuff. Great smoking song. Thank you, Sons of Cali.
Such a good vibe.
Blair particularly likes that
I
one.
do. That one just always hits right.
New dream car giveaway over at 8080. In addition to the 15% off you get for using code CRUNCHY, every dollar you spend gets you entered in for a chance to win a brand new Lamborghini plus $60,000 in cash. You do not want to miss out. Nor do you want to forget to check out SomethingCrunchy.com, where you'll find every episode, our links for social media, and the Almighty Crunch Store, where you'll find all kinds of crunchy gear showing that you are a proud citizen of Crunch Nation. Join us every Friday at 10 o'clock on 97.3 The Rattler, or find us wherever you get your podcast. This has been another episode of Something Crunchy, and as always,
Don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
And smoke weed with your mother.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. All episodes can be found at somethingcrunchy.com and on all podcast platforms. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, Childish Gambino can hold his fucking
Yeah,
shit.
I agree. I think like he's not gonna have
Childish Gambino can hold his stuff pretty well.
be like, fuck that moose.
Can't say it. I redid it because of the S.
yeah, Blair.
And the S.
Can't say tits? Shit's the mounds.
It's all over again. Still getting used to things.
Ran two.
Nice.
Billy Crystal?
Scooter?
He does edibles?
Blair, hope you're ready to dance.
Gosh.